music and for the beautiful sound meditations that he does. So we gave him a warm welcome. Let's give him another one.
Oh, we have some words? All that I see, all that I hear, all that I feel is God. And all that I have, all that I do, all that I am is God. All that I see, all that I hear, all that I feel is God. All that I have, all that I do, all that I am is God. One more time. All that I see, and all that I hear. All that I am is God.
Thank you, Bodhi. You're awesome. So we have a wonderful guest speaker for you, our almost Reverend Georgia Davis. She's going to be talking to us today. Okay, so we'd like to begin our service with our mission and vision statement. So repeat after me. We are an inclusive community for spiritual growth and compassionate action, and a world that works for everyone by living intentionally, loving unconditionally, and seeing God in all people and all places. So we have a lot of wonderful things happening at the center, and in case you missed some of what I say or you want to hear it again, just pick up one of our flyers on your way out or look online and you can see all these wonderful things. So the first thing is August 23rd at 6:30, we have our next Unbottled concert with Astra Fox, and you know her because she's always been at our center. She does wonderful music that opens our hearts and our minds to the vibration of the listener. And she loves to create a world filled with more passion, joy, and inspiration. So please join us on that Friday, the 23rd. Now, we like to set up like a nightclub, and we do it in the courtyard in the evening. You're welcome to bring a chair, but we will have chairs. And if you'd like to have a table reserved for yourself, you can do that for $25, or you can reserve a table for 2 people for $40, or you can reserve a table for 4 people for, I think it's $60. So, and you can do that online. And everyone is welcome to bring their own refreshments and their own dinner if you like. So just come and enjoy yourselves. Now in September, we have 2 more viewings of that wonderful movie. Well, it's pretty horrific actually, but it's a truth that we all need to hear and know. And it's the movie called Bad Faith, which we showed here a couple of weeks ago. And the movie exposes Christian nationalism and the Project 2025 as a white supremacist movement. So even if you've already seen it, you want to listen in on the discussions by the actor and narrator of the film, Peter Coyote, and members of the Napa Interfaith Council will also be present. So the tickets are free, but you do need to reserve your place. So the first showing coming up next is going to be Monday, September the 9th at 5:30, and it will be held at the Napa Valley College. And the second viewing is going to be Monday, September 16th at 5:30 at St. Helena Cameo Cinema. Now remember, you're getting this afterward discussion, and I tell you, Peter's excellent. He knows so much. He's wonderful to listen to. And then we have, on September 14th at 6:30, our last Unbottled concert with Shauna Marshall and her Nuclear Blonde. So that's going to be fun. Now, Reverend Jay is teaching a brand new class called Fully Awake and Truly Alive, and that's starting on Tuesday, September 17th at 6:30. And there's another class, the same class, being taught on Thursday, September 19th at 9:30. So on Friday, September 20th, we have an autumn equinox celebration with dances of universal peace and ritual. That should be really fun out here in the courtyard in the evening. Then on September 21st, we have a new format for a Season of Change and Wellness event, which is sponsored by Don Pickney and Shauna Marshall. And they're going to tell you all about it.
Good morning, everyone. So it's a summit. It's a full one-day summit called Season of Change on the fall equinox, and it's about planting your vibration to harvest your creation. So it's all about the life that you would like to create going into the fall season.
And we have a virtual powerhouse of healers who will be presenting workshops, including Dawn and myself, and several faces that you will recognize.
Yeah, and we're going to have entertainment as well from Astra with her singing affirmations. And we're also having a drumming circle led by Monica here, our practitioner.
The event includes, we'll be kicking off our evening celebration with a champagne toast, sponsored by Be Bubbly. And then we will have catered lunch, which will be a really wonderful vegan, gluten-free options, really wonderful hearty lunch, and charcuterie and wine for dinner. Anyway, we're doing pre-sale tickets today.
Yes, and this is about, it's not just an experience. It really is
Right.
about coming and, can we go? Oh. All right. I see. Okay, we've got to go. So we're selling tickets in the courtyard after service. If you buy a ticket today at our pre-sale price of $99, you will also get a free wine tasting with Bella Union for $90 of value. And we also have wellness shots for you on our booth.
Yes, please stop by and see us out in the courtyard
Yeah.
for some ginger and pineapple
And
wellness shots.
this is for your... And so, and if you're online, there is a page on the CSL website where you can go and buy a ticket as well.
So I don't want to forget to invite everyone to come to Bodhi Starwater's Sound Oasis which is a quantum sound healing ceremony. And Bodhi's going to do this for us on September the 29th from 1 to 3 o'clock. And if you haven't been, you really should come. It's a wonderful experience. Bodhi, would you like to say anything about your experience? No, but the experience says it all itself. And you will be impressed and filled. So I just want to remind everyone that the practitioners are here for you after the service, and we'll be happy to pray with you for whatever your needs are. And now we begin our sacred service. And relax into the moment, knowing that you are one with Spirit, that we are all connected by Spirit. So let's give ourselves a deep breath in and let that register deep within our souls. And exhale into the knowing that we are one. Perfect. So in this centeredness, this greatness, this calmness, we recognize that we are one. And we also know that we each have a name, a body, and a physical presence. But that's not who we are. We are our souls. Our souls are connected to the divine. And as we are souls connected to the divine, we recognize that everything that is divine is within us, and we can tap into that anytime we need it. So this month's reflection is the care of our soul. And you might be wondering why I have a roll of duct tape on me. It's because as I walked into the sanctuary this morning, the heel of my soul came off my shoe. And so I'm telling you, whatever you need, you will find to heal your soul. If it's duct tape or what, But there's always room for you in this sanctuary to get what you need. And if you forget it, you can always ask a practitioner to help remind you. I know that for myself, I've experienced a lot of physical challenges these last couple of years. And being a practitioner for 20 years, you'd think I'd got it by now, you know, but no. When we fall into, when our body hurts, we lose track of where our soul is. And the best thing to do is to have a practitioner pray for you. And I want to thank everyone in this community and all the practitioners and the experience that is available to each and every one of us to get reconnected to our soul whenever we need it. And so I'd like you to repeat after me that I am connecting with my soul right now. I am connecting with my soul right now. Thank you and bless you.
Yes, fantastic. I think I'm going to have some filet of soul for dinner. So, I was thinking about what song to sing this morning when the theme was about caring for your soul. And I was feeling like we often learn how to care for others by being cared for. And so I was thinking about my mother, and my mother was an amazing person, and I wrote this song for her, but I've never ever sung it publicly, so I'm not quite sure how it's going to turn out because it was kind of my song for my mom. And it's called Quiet Love. We'll see how it goes. Because she really cared for me. Every child has a mother. This we're all the same. I can only speak of mine. Penny Sayer was her name. In this life there is one thing that I am grateful for. The way that she was there for me to open every door. Her heart was full of love. She'd greet you with a smile. She had a green thumb. She could bicycle for miles. She remembered every birthday, made cookies every week. When I'd fall to sleep at night, she'd kiss me on the cheek. And it's love, love, quiet love, the kind that's always there. And all the little things she does, she lets you know she cares. Like cooking for the family, sewing patches on, making sure your clothes are clean. That would be my mom. She taught me how to read a book and how to spell the words, how to draw a picture, listen to the birds, how to be caring for others and what's right and wrong. The best I can do to honor her, sing this little song. It's love, quiet love. And all the little things she does lets you know she cares, like cooking for the family, sewing patches on, making sure your clothes are clean. That would be my mom. And it's love, a quiet love, the kind that's always there.
Ooh, feeding back. Thank you so much, Bodhi. You know, the most amazing part is that you didn't break. You didn't cry during that, because I felt it. Did we all cry for him? I'll be right up there. I got to move in a little bit. Hello there. I am the very nearly Reverend Georgia Davis. Hi, online. I say that because this is my first full talk since graduating from my ministerial program, but I'm right in that sweet spot, not so sweet actually, before I do my panel interviews to become licensed, and that will be next Wednesday. So if you pray, which most of us do, please pray for me on that day, because I already know it's done in the mind of God, for sure. Thank you so much for your applause. And at the same time, I'm a human being. So anyway, today I'm here to talk about whole body, whole self. And gosh, Bodhi, you just blew me away with that, dang it. Because my mom is here today, you know, of course. And so like I think about the things that my mom taught me. And she might not have cooked baked cookies every day or done any of that stuff. But I'll tell you, I would not be here without the prompting of my mom, because, well, the last one was my mom said, "Oh, my daughter, the minister," when I proclaimed that I was going to study to be a minister. And the other thing is, all through my life, she used to say things like, "Don't worry about what you look like, because other people are so concerned about what they look like, they're not even paying attention to you." So this may look like a Bible, but it's not. It's got gold pages and everything. But this was actually the first gift given to me as a minister from Reverend Jay, and it's the Science of Mind textbook. If you don't know what that is, it is the collective workings, speakings of Ernest Holmes, who is our founder. And this is the book that is mostly studied in our main classes. So I thought today would be a great day to use this book and to talk to you about whole body, whole soul. See, I have to figure out where I am because Bodhi just completely lost me. So when I think of whole mind, whole body, I think of a song by Karen Drucker. And if you know it, it's "I am holy, holy, holy." If you want to sing that with just a bit with me and Bodhi, I'd appreciate it. Just that first part, "I am holy, holy, holy." Ready? I am holy, holy, holy. I am holy, holy, holy. I am holy, holy, holy. I am whole. That's it. Thank you.
We'll just get...
I know, but I have a lot more to say. Don't you think? See, I moved in. Thank you. The chorus of that says, "Spirit divine, come to me, feeling life, healing me. Open my heart and allow me to see beauty and love lives in me, I think it is." And that's what I think about when I think about whole body, whole self. Because when we talk about the W, holy, and the H, holy, they're the same thing in our belief system. I am whole, perfect, and complete, and I am holy. I am made of the holy divinity that is all in all. And I think of that like the body is the action and the manifestation of our thought, which is the self. And we are that in the micro and the macro, right? Our body, the body of life made manifest, our selves or spirit in everything, everywhere, that energy. So, gosh, I want to bend this book back. You don't know how I am with books. I usually like fold them and love them up and eat them up and smell them. So, but this one to me is too sacred to do that too. So for me, I studied as a body worker as well for over 20 years. So when I think of the body, I think of it holistically. We call that somatic, but it's interesting because soma means body only. And when you think of psychosomatic, that means the body is driven by the mind, right? So right now we're in a movement towards studying more somatic therapy, how the body affects the mind and our experience and life, and how it holds trauma and feelings and how we can release it that way. But it's interesting that we just kind of look at psychosomatic as this negative thing. It was that idea that doctors had, it's just your mind making it up in your body. And I say that I was a body worker because I used to feel that tension in people's bodies. And I would say, I bet you there's a name on that knot. And people would go, oh, yeah. So, I felt those bodies. And I really think about that connection. We trivialize it sometimes too much and forget that it's not just the somatic part, it's the psychosomatic. So we talk about it here all the time about how our thoughts, how our mind or the one mind is where we can make this impression into what is made manifest in the body of life. So I found this from Ernest Holmes, one of my favorites. It was really great to just read him again because I have had so many years of studies of Ernest Holmes' writings and speaking that he wrote in the early 40s, but if you delve into the way he writes and speaks, it becomes almost prose. So this one is from page 43 of The Science of Mind. And he's talking about love rules through law. If you haven't heard or understood or taken any of the classes when we talk about law, we're talking about the mechanical way that the universe and life works. So in an intelligent study of the teachings of the science of mind, we come to understand that all is love, and yet all is law. Love rules through law. Love is the divine givingness. Law is the way. Love is spontaneous. Law is impersonal. We should study the nature of reality, and he says that with an R, meaning God, with this in mind. And in this way, we shall avoid two grave mistakes, either viewing life as made up only of mechanical laws, or viewing it as made up only of spontaneous actions, irrespective of law and order. So that means just what I'm saying, that when we talk of body and self or manifest and spirit or energy, all the same thing. But that is the impress that we have upon it from either point, right? How we experience it or how we think about it. It's all within, all a part of the oneness. So that's when we talk about, I'm going to use the word God a lot, and I'll tell you I know one person in this room who has a problem with that. So I will say, for anyone who has a problem with the word God, please translate it in your mind as good, or love, or spirit, or peace, or whatever your name is for that. Because that is a word that we, over eons, have created to mean so many things. So I just give you the permission to insert whatever word works for you. Not that you need it. So as we see God or spirit or love to be this whole perfect and complete thing, right? It is the pan-ultimate of life, expression, and love. That is what we are made of. So to say we are anything but whole, perfect, and complete is to say that God is anything than that, right? To say that we are a mistake is to say that God makes mistakes. But we forget, right? It's easy to forget. Oh, it's perfect over there, but not over here. So how do you love that part? The messy, the unliked, the part of yourself, ourselves, because me too, that we don't want people to see. Sorry, I always think of things, on the spot that I wouldn't share, but so my mom and I, that's why you have to be here, right? You have to, So my mom and I went to lunch the other day, and we happened to go to the Wasing, if you guys go there. We had not gone the day before because they closed early. And when we got there, we ran into Mark and Erica. And they said, we were going to be here yesterday too. That was interesting. We would have met either time, and we had a nice talk and everything. And they were talking about, Mom always says, Jim and I are such a good couple. And I said, it's because we're both just as gross as each other. Meaning that we play and we're funny and, we just have the same sense of humor. And it's funny. He's so good, He never wanted to be in a church, right? So anyway, through him, actually, I've learned to love that part of myself that is like, oh, I would never let anybody know that I think that's funny, that I do that thing, that, but he has accepted me through every single one and laughed too, or done worse, or, so that is, but I'm going to tell you, nobody would sign up for this, I'm telling you. So, Suzanne said she'd sign up for it. Let me get to know you a little better. So, so that is how God loves us. And this is the expression of God or good in my life, the one that's mirroring me. But I've gotten to a point where I can see that part of myself and go, oh, okay, oh, there I am. It's just me. Can I love that part of myself? Yeah. And, I didn't want to be at a point in my life where I felt like I needed somebody to be that person to love me first. There's that song by Bruno Mars, But I did all the work that I could by myself until I met him. Because there was no more work I could do without the mirror being that close to me, seeing me constantly, being there when I didn't expect it. So I'm so grateful for you, honey. But that is how God loves us in every single way. And so it's really to key into that kind of love for ourselves. Because what do you think we do when we have that kind of love for ourselves? We give it to everybody. What? Who said it? That's right, Kelly. We shine it back, right? Okay. You guys are on the same page with me. I like that. So here's another quote from Ernest Holmes. Ernie baby, as we sometimes say. Well, he gave us a lot of gifts. I'm grateful. Okay. So he's looking at actually, and I'm not personally a person who studied the Bible book to, front to back, but he's talking about, because Ernest Holmes, what he did is he went through a lot of the major religions and found the commonalities. And so he's talking from the Bible about John 13:34. And he says, love is the central flame of the universe, nay, the very fire itself. It is written that God is love, and that we are his expressed likeness. So we are God's manifested body. The image of the eternal being, love, is self-givingness through creation. The impartation of the divine through the human. Love is an essence, an atmosphere, which defies analysis, as does life itself. It is that which is, capital I-S, meaning God, and cannot be explained. It is common to all people, to all animal life, and evident in the response of plants to those who love them. Love reigns supreme over all. The essence of love, while elusive, pervades everything, fires the heart, stimulates the emotions, renews the soul, and proclaims the spirit. Only love knows love, and love knows only love. Words cannot express its depths or meaning. A universal sense alone bears witness to the divine fact. God is love, and love is God. That's what I'm talking about. Because when he wrote those words, Ernest Holmes took things from everywhere and didn't even write down that they were quotes. So he pulled it all together, and who knows where it came from. But this was him speaking. That's how he spoke. So you may wonder, why did she bring a toolbox onto the stage? Well, first of all, I like this toolbox. I've never seen an orange one before. And orange can mean so many things. Do you know in Hindu and Buddhism it means enlightenment? Do you know that Van Gogh considered it the color of insanity? And then we also think about caution and safety and prisons. And does anybody else have one? You're not orange? Not orange? You have an orange toolbox? No, I mean anything orange. A thing about orange, connection to the word. So here is a self-care toolbox, because when I'm talking about loving ourselves, if you had a self-care toolbox, what would you put in it? Duct tape. They have some pretty cool duct tape too, don't they, Diana? Yeah, they have tie-dye and smiley faces, and hey, you know, it could make your day to have duct tape. So I have a little piece, and I have something to eat, because sometimes we need that for self-care, and a journal, and some light, and a little plant, because I love gardening. And a whole slew of, you can't see them, but aromatherapy oils, and some lotion, because you know what? Putting lotion on yourself is a self-care. A little hand sanitizer, and a little Buddha. He's laughing, of course. And my Wonder Woman mints. And I'll tell you some of my favorite earplugs, because I have sensitive hearing, and that has really saved me in some situations. And a little music. And here's my heart that I was given to me by the center when I graduated. So I show you all this, and this isn't necessarily, my toolbox is always with me. I always have something with me. Excuse me, I'll change this side. I always have something with me to take care of myself, whether it's the earbuds or something to put on to keep my lips moist. You know, please don't get caught without something to care for yourself, to love yourself like you would love other people, to love yourself like God loves you, because you are amazing. So I just invite you, I show you this as an example of, well, if you had a self-care toolbox, what would you put in it? What could you do a little bit different for you to love you a little better, to love you like God loves you? How could you talk to yourself? Oh, the other thing I didn't put was my phone, because you can have meditations on your phone and music, and you can call people who love you, and you, you know, or listen to those amazing voicemails that you keep. Yeah. So, the time. Let's see. Did I skip over something? I did. You know what I skipped right on over when I talked about somatics? Is a little somatic experience we can do together. You know, I was watching something on Facebook, and they were talking about how sound is such a good way to get our nervous system calmed. And this one is from a book by Manuela Mishki Reeds. So I just invite you to have a moment to breathe this part in about self-care and love. I know I have a lot going on here. And we're just going to make a little sound. We're going to practice humming. You can have your eyes open, your eyes closed. But I would suggest that you put a hand on your chest and maybe a hand on your belly. Make sure you're comfortable. Wiggle yourself around a little bit to get comfy. And then we're going to do, instead of 3 ohms, we're going to do 3 hums. And I want you to feel what it really feels like in your body, please. Ready? Breathe in. Following the sound through your body like a purr, like cats purr when they're feeling good and comfortable, safe. Feeling where that pleasure resides in your body. Now that you feel where you feel it, let's do 3 more. Oh, I'll tell you, just hearing you all out there is the best part. So a is something you can take with you anywhere. And it's something that you can say in difficult situations too. When someone asks you for what you don't want to give them, or they're trying to get you not to love yourself the most, to just go, Sometimes they won't even expect you to answer when you just go, So there are somatic things we can do without having much, right? That we can do in the moment. We all know about breathing well, but when you make a sound with that breathing, when you move the vibration through your body, when you feel your cells moving through that vibration, that's a whole nother thing, isn't it? Because sometimes it's not appropriate to go, Om, at someone, but you could go,
And that fits very neatly into your self-care toolbox.
Jim said that fits very neatly into my self-care toolbox. Thank you, Jim. Yeah, you can have that one just in your pocket. Okay. So, one more reading, I believe, from Mr. Ernest Holmes. And it's about retraining our mind, because that's what we're talking about, right? Whether we're doing the retraining through our body or through our conscious thought. Because when you think about what you want to think about, you will experience more of that. That's what we're talking about, the self and the body, the manifest and the thinking, and how they go round and around. And he says, this is page 245, we train our mind to contemplate the good, the enduring, the true. That which has caused depression, discouragement, or indecision must be neutralized by our refusal to allow it to register. Realize that the spirit within you manifests as perfect harmony, and that every cell, atom, and organ of your body is functioning according to the divine law. Say, I am filled with the peace, strength, power, and decision of spirit, capital S, meaning God or good. The life forces flow freely, peacefully, and harmoniously through every atom of my body. I am complete and perfect now. The all-powerful mind of the indwelling, Well, it says Christ, but we know what that means, right? Christ consciousness, the love, the oneness, the good. The indwelling Christ perfect now. Excuse me, I need to line read this. The all-powerful mind of the indwelling Christ in me dissolves and dissipates from my mind all belief in indecision, anxiety, depression, and discouragement, for I dwell in the realm of peace. If you don't have this book, page 245, you can email me at my new email address here, revgeorgia@nvcsl.com, and I'm happy to share it with you, because that is an important thing to remember. I dwell in the realm of peace. Especially in this time, we need to remember that. We need to remember, because there's a lot out there in the media that tells us we don't dwell in that realm. That everything should be scary. Everything is lack and not love. But we're talking about that it is all love. Even when it looks different, maybe we haven't seen it finished yet. I dwell in the realm of peace. Because back behind it all, where does the divine sit in repose, waiting for us to experience it? In peace. Where else would it reside? So, I would say keep your heart, mind, and body focused on love. Drive in that direction. You know, as your headlights will go where you look, especially regarding our American election. So I have one more reading for you, wherever I put it. And it is what Holmes was talking about in reference to, was John 13:34-35. And I actually like to look at the Aramaic Bible because it's usually more prosaic. And if you don't know it, this is how it goes. A new commandment I give to you, that ye be affectionate. That's what the Aramaic says instead of love. Affectionate to each other. As I have loved you, do ye also love one another. By this shall all know that you are my disciples. The disciples of love, I will interject. If love be in you one for another, by this will everyone know ye are my disciples, if ye have love for each other. In other words, how we love everybody else is how we show that the divine is moving through and as us. Even and especially when times are hard, that's what when we reach out for grace, right? Beyond what is sometimes reasonable for other people. So I was telling Bodhi that I was going to close with this, and he said he had the perfect song for it. Thank you.
Are you ready, Georgia?
You want me to sing it with you?
Yeah, I want you to sing it with me. We are one in the Spirit. We are one in the Lord. We are one in the Spirit. We are one in the Lord. And we know that's our unity as this day been restored. And we know we are family by our love, and we know we are family by our love.
Thank you so much. So that's the charge for today. Dwell in the indwelling peace and be the love of your family. Know it everywhere. And online too, thank you for being with us today. Thank you. And Diane has a little bit more. I don't think I say a prayer yet, right?
Yeah.
No. See, I'm so grateful for Dianna today to be the hostess, because it takes a lot for Reverend Jay to do this every week, and I'm grateful for him and that he's out there. I'm sure he's watching or will be watching. Hopefully you're having a great time. Thank you all for joining me today, and I hope that you are blessed in some way by what we've shared today. Thank you.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, one of the ways that I care for myself is I take long walks out in nature. And this song came to me on one of those long walks up in the mountains. It's called The Late Days of Summer, and this is the time of year to sing that because I love the late days of summer. The late days of summer are good for my soul. The flowers on the mountain, the circle is whole. The cycles in circles, yeah, the seasons go round. Each new beginning, yeah, potential unbound. In the late days of summer, the late days of summer, the late days of summer in California. The water is smooth and soft on my skin. The sunlight is warm and soaks right in. The fish are jumping, flies buzz in the air. And I wish this peace to everyone everywhere. The late days of summer, the late days of summer, the late days of summer in California. And all life blooms when conditions are right. The balance of nature, yeah, the dark and the light. Grace unfolding in its own sweet time. The freedom of chaos and the comfort of rhyme, 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 rhyme. In the late days of summer, the late days of summer, and the late days of summer in California. But all summer days must come to an end. Make the most of your time with lovers and friends. There will come a time to let it all go, to drop everything and rest in the flow. In the late days of summer, the late days of summer, the late days of summer in California. You feel that? You feel it this time of year? It's just so.
Yeah, I feel like I've been to the beach. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Bodhi. And thank you, Almost, Reverend Georgia. Now is the time in our service where we share our abundance with each other. So if we can have our attendees come up here so they can help us share our time and our talent and our financial abundance. And we have lots of ways to give. We can do it in person and we can do it online. So we have an affirmation on the screen for us all to take in. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. And so it is.
Love is what we are made of. Love is what we belong to. Love is our deepest prayer. Love is what we are made of. Love is what we belong to. Love is our deepest prayer. Love, 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 love. Love, love, love.
So I would just like to ask you, if you're here for the first time, would you please raise your hand because we have a little gift we'd like to give you. And we have one young, beautiful girl with long, beautiful hair. Great, thank you. All right. So we'd like to offer a blessing that is listed right here for everyone. And especially if you're having any birthdays or anniversaries this month, we want to raise our hands and say, we bless you today, knowing that the peace and happiness you seek is also seeking you. We honor your inner radiance as you let your light shine in our world. We are grateful for your community, and so it is. And finally, I'd like to say, to repeat after me. But before that, I want to remind everyone, if you need a little duct tape help from a practitioner, I will be up here. And if we have any other practitioners that are available, just come up here. And if I'm busy and you still want some duct tape, just wait for me. I'll get to you, okay? All right, great. So,
Quack, quack, quack.
yeah, a duct tape really helps. So, something wonderful is happening through me right now. I am led by Spirit. I am guided by wisdom. I am protected by love. I am here to be a blessing. I am so grateful. And so it is.
So it is.
So let's go forth and love this peace.
Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. Love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now.
Bring that peace and love and joy out with you today. And if you're interested in my mom's birthday, please email me too, because if you know my mom and love her, please come on. Email me, revgeorgia@nvcsl.com. Can't wait for those emails.
Whoa, look at that new email.
New email.
Almost, how come it's not almost Rev?
The very nearly.
The very
Reverend
nearly
Georgia
at
Davis.
gmail.com.
Anyway, thank you for joining us today. Bless you. Have an amazing week.
Nearly dearly.